Hi everyone. This bedtime sequence for better night's sleep can be done right up on your bed, or if you want to get down on the floor to do it, just grab two of your bed pillows and bring them right down on the floor with you. We're going to start up on hands and knees. So if you're up on your bed, face your pillows. So your feet are towards the end of the bed, your head towards the pillows, and go ahead and just give yourself some cat and cow. So it's just arching the spine up and down. And take this time to tune into your breath. So the breath in really guides that lifting of your tail, your head, melting the belly down. And the breath out will lead that arch up, the rainbow in the spine, tucking your tail, hanging your head. And let your breath slow, deepen, and really be kind of like the conductor for this movement. The breath is leading, the body is following. And pressing your heart forward between your shoulders when your belly drops down. And when you move the other way, arching your spine, pressing the back of your heart towards the ceiling, kind of up between your shoulder blades as they draw away from each other. You can take a little pause in either pose if you'd like at the end of the movement. Maybe a breath or two into that full flexion or extension in your spine, stretching the back, stretching the belly. And then just getting a little more playful with it, feeling into your spine, getting some stretch, some movement into your side ribs and waist. Moving side to side, moving in circular motions maybe, getting the hips a little more involved. You're feeling your shoulders roll around on your back. Just noticing where you may feel a little tight or compressed from the day, and making space wherever you can, sending your breath into those spaces that you're opening up. And just listening to your body. After another breath or two, finishing up your movement here, we'll walk forward into little puppy pose. So hips and knees stay where they are. Hands will walk forward and heart will melt down. If you feel like you want support, you can lift back up, grab one of your pillows, slide it underneath kind of your belly rib area, and you can come back down, letting your chest melt onto the pillows. If that doesn't feel quite right, move the pillow forward a bit and let your arms, your head rest on the pillow and your heart melt down. So there are a few different options for where you can place the pillow for support. The goal is to have your hips lifting up, reaching back, your heart melting down, your spine long, freeing any tension in your chest, stretching through your shoulders, your side body. Another breath or two. And then slowly rising back up, taking your knees a little wider, big toes together. We're going to come down for child's pose. So you can do this without a pillow if you'd like in child's pose, or grab the pillow, slide it between your thighs and your belly, and come back down. If you want, you can also slide a pillow between your hips and your heels. Your head's going to rest down, your arms are going to reach forward. Take a breath or two into your back. Exhaling to settle your hips. Release that weight in your pelvis towards the earth. Getting into the shoulders a little more. Take your right arm and slide it underneath your left arm. So kind of passing under the upper arm, the armpit area. Your right palm is up towards the ceiling as it crosses under. Your left arm stays stretched forward, and you're just threading the needle, we call this, weaving underneath the left arm. Your head may be lifted away from the ground now with your right shoulder kind of coming up underneath you. So just relaxing, chin towards your chest, letting your head hang. Breathing into any sensation in the right shoulder, and feeling how it might reach around your upper back or down through your rib cage. As you exhale, letting go in that space, letting go of any tension that was sitting in your shoulders through the day. One more full cycle of breath in and out. And then unwinding that right arm, stretch it back forward to meet the left, and then take your left arm and we're going to switch over to the other side, winding underneath, reaching your fingertips out towards the right, that palm is up, right arm stays stretching forward, head hangs. Again, just breathing, feeling any sensation through your left shoulder. Notice if it's any different than the right. How do you feel on this side specifically? Through the shoulder, through your upper back, maybe down through that side of your rib cage. Another full breath in and out. And then slowly unwinding that left arm out from underneath you. Stretch it back forward to meet the right. And let's come up out of child's. If you had a pillow or pillows beneath you, take them out of the way and put them by your sides. And if you weren't using pillows, grab two now and just put them right next to you alongside, and then go ahead and sit down and turn around. So if you're on the bed, you're facing the foot of the bed. Your knees bent up, your feet on the floor, and then go ahead and turn the soles of your feet towards each other. Let your knees fall out to the side, so a nice diamond shape, a butterfly, and your pillows will slide right underneath your legs. So you have some nice fluffy, cushy support on each side. Sit taller in your spine, lift up through your heart space, soften down through your shoulders. And just rest your hands down to your ankles or your shins or your feet. And take a few breaths into this nice, long, tall spine. When you exhale, hinge forward at the hips a little bit without compromising that length in your spine. So the heart stays lifted. When you exhale, there's a little hinge forward in the hips. Your heart presses forward a little more. Your shoulders stay back and down, almost pressing your heart space out. Your shoulder blades pressing into your upper back, lifting the heart. And take another breath or two like this. And then when you feel ready, with an exhalation, your breath out, just gently rounding your spine. Folding forward a little more over your legs. You can walk your hands forward if you'd like, or just soften your elbows down, maybe even to the ends of your pillows. Hang your head. And feel how your inner hips gently open, the outer legs resting into those cushions. Feel into the back of your pelvis, your sacrum spreading. Breath moving into the back of your ribs. Up into broaden out your lower back, your mid back. And breath kind of massaging that space. Slowly starting to stack your spine back up. Your head will come back up last. And take your knees and bring them up one by one, feet back to the floor. Push the pillows away just a little bit so you have some space. And go ahead and stretch your left leg out. Tuck your right heel in a little more, and then bring your left hand over to your right shin. Bring your right hand around behind you, turning your belly towards your inner thigh. Letting your heart turn towards the right. Take a nice deep breath, long spine. Exhale, drop your shoulders down away from your ears. Melting into that rotation, you can look back over your right shoulder if you'd like, bringing the rotation through your neck, through your cervical spine. One more breath in, and the exhale, unwinding. Bringing your left knee up to meet your right. Send your right foot out now, leg long. Bring your left heel back towards your hips a little more, and bring your right hand over to your left shin. Left hand is going to reach around behind you. Take a nice deep breath, tall spine. Exhale and drop your shoulders into that rotation, feeling your heart turn towards the left. Your head maybe looking back over your left shoulder. One more breath in all the way around that rotation in your spine as you exhale, unwinding slowly. And then bringing your right knee up to meet your left. Walk your heels away from you a little bit and take one of your pillows, slide underneath your legs. And you can have the pillow down low if you're a little more flexible in your legs, or feel free to put the pillow on its side. Give your knees a nice big bend. If you're really flexible in your legs and you want to forward fold without the pillow, go ahead. But we're aiming for a softer forward fold tonight. So a little softness, a little bend, or a lot of bend in the knees. Legs extended out over the bed, out over that pillow. And then just walking your upper body forward. Belly resting towards the front of your thighs, heart reaching out, shoulders soft. And your spine has some length even as it folds, reaching out through the crown of your head. Relaxing your shoulders away from your ears. Hang your chin towards your chest. And just let your hands rest wherever they land. You don't have to reach for the soles of your feet here. You can if it's really comfortable, but that's not quite the goal. It's just to melt into this forward fold and allow the shape to settle your nervous system. And forward fold's helping to stimulate that parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest. We're looking for rest right now. And again, feeling your breath move into your back, spreading back ribs, and spreading between the shoulder blades. Exhaling just to soften into this shape a little more. A few more cycles of breath. Letting go, melting into the forward fold. And slowly starting to stack your spine back up tall again, head coming back up last. Can peel your knees up, put your feet back on the floor, and take that pillow out from underneath you. Again, putting it by your side so you have a pillow on each side of you, and then you can lie down on your back. So make some space behind you if you need to. Make sure you have room to lie down. Stretch your legs out long, take your arms up and back behind you. Take a nice big breath into all that space. Adjust your placement if you're bumping into anything. Make sure you have some room. And then as your hands come back around, you can take your feet back up to the bed or the floor, your knees bending up. And go ahead and take your hips over just an inch or two towards the left. And the knees rocking over to the right, taking that pillow and sliding it underneath your knees or underneath your right thigh. Or you can take the pillow in between your legs. Arms out to the sides, nice big T shape or more of an A shape. You can turn your gaze towards the ceiling or over towards the left, looking away from your knees. And again, rotation in the spine, wringing out any stress, any tension, whether it's a physical tension or an emotional tension. Breath just helping to wring out the center line. And letting gravity take your legs, take your shoulders, softening your hands, your jaw, even through your heart space. Head turning back towards center first. If you have the pillow between your knees, you can reach down and take it out. If it's underneath, you can leave it right where it is. And just slowly rotate your hips back down to the floor fully or to the bed, your knees back up. Recentering your hips and then taking them an inch or two over towards the right side. And knees will rock over towards the left this time. Pillow again coming up underneath your thighs or draw it in between your legs. That pillow supporting all the way down to your feet, so nothing is hanging out in the air. You have cushion tucking into any spaces that are in your body. Gaze towards the ceiling or again, gaze looking away from the knees. Shoulders down away from your ears as your arms spread out to the sides, palms up if it's comfortable. And then letting gravity take over. Take your legs, take your shoulders, the back of your heart space melting towards the earth. And finding softness in your body, your hands, your face, your heart center. Full breaths. And then head is going to come back around to center first. Gaze towards the ceiling. And then if you had the pillow in between your legs, taking it out from in between. If it was underneath, leaving it right where it was. You rotate your legs back up. Keeping your feet on the floor, your knees bent, recentering your hips, and then grabbing one of your pillows, it doesn't matter which one, from either side, you can grab your pillow and slide it underneath your hips so you can find a supported bridge pose. Rocking your hips to find a comfortable spot on the pillow, whether it's a little more down towards your tailbone or more towards your low back. You can choose to stay in a supported bridge pose, hips lifted and supported, shoulders resting onto the earth. Or if you want to make this more of an inversion, knees can come in towards your belly. You can send your feet up into the air. And for this option, the pillow usually needs to be a little more towards your low back. So if it was down low, you might need to readjust, bring your feet back down, tuck the pillow up, and then try again. You can choose to have a slight bend in your knees, Have the legs a little more over your hips or melting more towards your belly. You can even make this into a reclined child's pose if you want to curl all the way. You can fully bend your knees, let your heels drop towards your hips, and the front of your thighs rest towards your belly. So wherever you are most comfortable for this inversion, letting some stress, some weight drain out of the legs. Feeling your heart space, again, wide open, soft, relaxed on the floor. Your breath moving through your rib cage. Feeling your collarbones ride the waves of your breath. If your legs are all the way up in the air, bringing them down now to that reclined child's pose, bending your knees, letting your legs tuck in towards your belly. If you want, you can bring your arms around to your shins and just give a very gentle little press down, a little hug in towards your belly. And releasing your feet back down to the floor. Note which side you took this pillow from and bring it back out from underneath your hips back to that side so you have a pillow on each side of you. And tuck the pillows in nice and close towards the outside of your legs. So the top of the pillow should be about in line with your hips, the bottom of the pillow somewhere near your feet, your toes. And then walk your feet together, turn the soles of your feet in towards each other, and one more time let your legs come out to a bound angle or a butterfly shape. The outer lines of your legs supported by the pillows, and then feel free to move the pillows a little bit to best support you. So if you want a lot of support, tuck them in really close. If you want to let your legs fall out a little bit more, push the pillows away slightly so they may become just under your knees, allowing your legs to fall open and gently stretch the inner line all the way up through the inner hips. Hands resting at your hips or your belly or spread out wide. Again, palms up if it's comfortable, shoulder blades relaxed back. And tuning in with your breath in this final shape before we finish this sequence, counting with your breath for an extended exhalation. You can breathe in for 2 or 3, breathe out for 4 or 5. Take a few cycles of breath to get comfortable in that. Breathing in 2 or 3. Breathing out 4 or 5. Really taking your time to let that breath go. Extended exhalations, breathing out anything you don't need to carry with you through this night of sleep. And letting go. And lingering with the breath out, again to calm the nervous system. If you find you can get into this breath rhythm without having to focus too much on the numbers, and take some time here to actively practice gratitude. And for anything and everything you have to be grateful for, counting your blessings here. leaning into joy and love and compassion. And choosing those emotions, those actions even, as the mental state to carry with you into your resting time tonight. I'm grateful for your body, your breath, your health, your home. And staying here for as long as you'd like to. Counting your blessings or counting your breath. And then when you're ready, moving into your nighttime routine or moving right into bed and counting your breath until you fall asleep. Hope you all sleep well. Have a wonderful night, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.